Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my coupe. Only winning is exception on my coupe. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, and I hit that.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New York Giants. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down, Gibson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And a completion there by Haskins. And you think back to the 2019 draft, both Dwayne and his counterpart on the other sideline, Daniel Jones, first-round picks in that draft. Jones taken 6th, Haskins 15th, and they might be seeing a lot of each other for quite a while here in the NFC East.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Haskins to throw. He'll buy some time right. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The 35-yard line.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 31, Haskins to the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
It's a first down, Washington, on a pickup of 18.
On first down. Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Washington field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And it's
not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
the gun. Jones. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
For the Giants.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. His throw incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Jones looking for Shepard deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like a 2nd empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
They're on 31-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
He's across midfield.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
5 brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Coming to you, coming to you. 21, check back 21. You get blocked, me.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Switch, switch, switch.
They go play action now. Haskins on the move to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single game total in the NFL all of last season. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, Jones. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run forward with Barkley. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
And the Giants first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Ball carrier.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And incomplete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
And goal.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
56 to Marco, 56.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, let's get this. Hey, check.
From the gun, Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Xavier McKinney. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
1st and 10.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
From the 27, Jones is going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Yo, watch the twist. Watch the twist. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Under 10, under 10, 10.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm going back to you. Hey, check.
Now it's Haskins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Play action. Haskins. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. And they turn the pick six into a pick eight with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Jones throwing again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys who wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Haskins escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That's out to the left and complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jones now on 1st and 10 toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Throwing again. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st down, Giants.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
For a rookie 1st-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 11. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Gibson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Washington on 3rd down.
Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On play action. Haskins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Focusing on me, What we got? 58, come on. 58.
Right back to him on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Washington on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Haskins. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On first down, it's Gibson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
58, boy, 58, 58. Come on. Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins sliding out of the pocket. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes this Washington 21. Giants 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Jones on first down. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Jones took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Giants on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Mike 58 right there. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Ball carrier.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Washington, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. I'm Brandon Gaudin.